And we are live. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Are we good? Feeling good? Trying to figure out my screens for everything. It's gonna be fine. Let me turn I need to turn the volume up. Maybe not. Hey, I hear Kramer. There you are. I can only have one camera, so I was gonna have me on the live so you can see me on the stream. There we go. We good? How's everybody doing? Pouring beer, sorry. Hi, Valor. So, Valor, who's Valerie? Do I know Valerie? Oh, nice. I wondered. I figured, but I wanted to make sure. You ever twin? I did not know this. Oh, that's awesome. Everybody having a good week? There we go. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Heck yeah, they are. Cheers as well, by the way, everybody. You cooking along, Graham? Ooh, nice. All right. Well, this should be a fun dual stream slash. How much bandwidth can I draw? So we're in a few minutes just to make sure. Oof. Uh, sorry, I'm sharing. Everybody wants to get in. Wants to get in. I meant to figure out how to do. I can hear myself echoing into your on your Zoom call, Kramer. We'll figure it out. What part of California in, Valerie? I think maybe Kramer mute when when I'm just talking, but if you want to talk, unmute and throw in. How's that? I know it's a lot of work. Awesome. Thanks, Kramer. I mean, I not like I don't. Ooh, San Diego. My goal is to be down in that area when I in my 40th birthday in a year and a half to play golf, drink beer, and surf, and eat every fish taco I can find. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, we're gonna let a few minutes. I know that people kind of straggle. It's Saturday, and if you went to the store at all today, it took most of your day to go to the store because it took most of my day to go to the store, and what's up, Si? It was a pretty rough start to the day. I may have drank too much last night for happy hour. That Fremont B bomb kind of did me in a little bit, which will happen. That'll happen. But we're gonna have fun. I hope you guys are interested in what we're gonna try to play around with today. We have ground buffalo, Brussels sprouts, and lentils. I'm gonna kind of play around. Hopefully, find some good food in there. I'm thinking about. I've gone back and forth like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 days. Nice. I'm drinking some Tinmouth Kolsch right now. It's gloriously beautiful beer. Super refreshing. Um, yeah, I was gonna go Asian with everything, and I was gonna go like just like Southern, and then lentils one, and now we're gonna go Mediterranean, and we're gonna kind of play in the middle a little bit. So should be good. I will try to cobble together a recipe if people are interested in it after the fact, because I don't know what I'm gonna do until I do it for this kind of stream, and let's see how it goes. Play around. I got some stuff out of the pantry. I got some stuff out of my produce box. Picked up some stuff at the store today to kind of make this meal come together. I think it's gonna be great. I take this for lunch at work during the week, so it better be good because this is what I'm eating for the next 3 or 4 days. So With that, oh yeah, Instacart. Yeah, I get that. I get that. We had to go pick up soil because we wanted to get soil in the garden beds before the snow and rain comes in to kind of help compress some of the mulch leaves we threw on there. So I don't ever want to go to Walmart ever again. Worst place ever. So many people without masks and gloves and like giving you looks for wearing them, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get you sick. So deal with my care for you, assholes. All right, so we're gonna get right into it because it's been 5 minutes, and this Zoom meeting is 40 minutes. If you were part of it last night, we will have to reload. So let's just dive right in. Hope you guys are ready to see some cooking. So I kind of let's see how this goes. Can we see everything okay? Yeah, we can see everything okay. Yeah, we're good. I pre-cooked my lentils. Probably can see them a little bit because lentils kind of take about half hour, 45 minutes to get cooked. And I'm going to make like a lentil hummus because I kind of like the idea of like a nice smooth puree. We have this really cool product that we picked up. It's a tahini in a squeeze bottle instead of tahini in that messy jar or tin that it gets everywhere. So we picked this up on Amazon. It's like $6 for this, but it's like super easy, lasts forever, and it's really so much cleaner in my fridge. So I'm gonna do like a little hummus. We have one of my favorite ingredients of the year is spring or green garlic. So green garlic happens for about 3 or 4 weeks about this time of the year in California, and mid to late May, early June, depending on the weather in Colorado. It is garlic you plant this before it's gone the bulb. It has this awesome, like fresh, spicy, but not like overly like crazy spicy. From like what you get from bulb garlic, and it's like crazy sweet, and it's awesome. Whole Foods has it right now. Check with your locals. That I know that I've been trying to talk every single farmer in this town into doing green garlic at the market every year, and they all laugh at me. And I'm like, dude, I would buy all of it if you did it, and they still laugh at me because they think selling bulb garlic is better. I don't know, man. I try. And also we have spring onions. Same concept. This pulling before they're full bulbs. A lot more mild flavor. A lot more delicate. Uh, I can usually handle these raw. I can't do a lot of raw onions anymore. It kind of does some stuff here. The old man in me, I guess. And we're just gonna have fun with it. So green garlic. I'm gonna make like a little Brussels sprout like duel. I'm gonna do like a little salad with roasted Brussels sprouts and shaved raw Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna have some, roast them off with some olive oil, some of this garlic, some thyme, and then we're gonna chill those and toss those with some shredded carrots, some more onion, a lot of fresh lemon, Meyer lemon, and regular lemon, and then shaved raw Brussels sprouts, and a little bit of English cucumber because I like that little fresh, like bright note to it. And then for the meatballs, I have some. So about 3 years ago, I bought 2 big bags of Meyer lemons, and then I made preserved lemons. So preserved lemons is you take your lemon, or in this case, your Meyer lemon. Meyer lemons are in season in the winter because citrus is a winter fruit, and they are like a blend of a lemon and like a tangerine, I want to say. They are just really sweet, delicate, unique smell. They're very fresh and they're very bright, and they give me this very nice sense of just the holidays and that winter, and just like kind of a reprieve from the cold nasty that Colorado is sometimes in winter. So you take the ends off like this, and then you go down an X, but you want to leave them attached, and then you stuff them in a mason jar full of salt, and you put them in or you can leave them on your counter, put them in your fridge. I've had mine in there for about 3 years, and they look like this. I've taken it out. I've rinsed it. At this point, you don't want the flesh. The flesh is not what you're here for. The rind, because it has this like amazing lemony preserved flavor. Salt. I'm gonna throw this with some fresh thyme, some natto garashi we talked about a couple weeks ago on the ramen show, into my buffalo meat with some black pepper, some capers, salt, and I'm gonna throw a little egg in there, and I'm gonna do like little patties, kind of, more like almost like little football shapes, and we're gonna kind of crisp them up, make like this little like crispy buffalo patty with hummus and a little salad. Pretty healthy, pretty fresh. Should be a good time. Pretty excited about it. So yeah, with that, we're gonna get right in. I'm gonna start with getting these Brussels sprouts going because they're gonna take the longest. So Brussels sprouts, I've already taken the dirty ends off and I soaked them in water for a while because, well, they get pretty dirty, and anything you buy at the store now, you just kind of want to soak because gross. I'm gonna have the ones I'm going to roast. I like to keep the root on because it just makes the whole process easier. I'm gonna get this back burner or this front burner going about on medium. Brussels sprouts are, I think, one of my favorite vegetables that nobody likes to make because they had too many terribly gross steamed Brussels sprouts when they were kids that smell like sulfur and taste like ass. And like Brussels sprouts are wonderful, like raw, they're crunchy, they're very cabbage-like. You can make kimchi out of these. Yeah, they make a really cool, unique pickle. Hi, Lisa, I got you. And then roasted. I think any and all vegetables are amazing roasted. I think that people underappreciate what a good roast or grill or smoke. You can even smoke these. Looking you, Kramer. Smoked Brussels sprouts would be pretty dope. And Jeff on your Traeger, I think that'd be also like a really cool, like a hot smoke. So you get like that char or roast on the outside and that nice like smoky tenderness on the inside. Just some thoughts. So I'm gonna go at this menu. When we used to do Thanksgiving dinner with my in-laws, which we no longer do because, well, we like to do fun food for Thanksgiving, not the same food every year. I would be required to make Brussels sprouts, and I had to buy like 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts for 5 of us, and I cooked them in butter, bacon fat, a ton of garlic, shaved shallots, and then I roast them until they're just like this dark brown caramelized mess of just delicious. It's more bacon fat and butter at that point than Brussels sprout, but like we'd eat some and then they'd everybody just take it home because the leftovers were just amazing. Drink. So I got my pan preheating. I got my Brussels ready. I'm gonna shave Brussels later. I'm not worried about getting those going. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this green garlic in with them because I want that flavor. And with green garlic, you can use the whole plant. The whole stalk is amazing. Look, when you're getting your green garlic or your spring onions, look to make sure that everything in the middle is still a layer. Because if it starts to go to seed, like it's getting going to a bulb, you will get a very solid core in your garlic, like when you get that center piece of like a bulb garlic, and that's not really good. That's just going to be crunchy and not very tasty. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this garlic chopped to put in there. Oh man, I recommend just picking some of this up and just trying it. It's just the smell is out of this world. I'm very Tyler Florence right there with that. Fun fact, I worked for Tyler Florence for a while when I lived in Napa. Man has like endless amounts of energy, but man, that guy he's just a weird dude. I'm gonna throw a little onion here as well because I want to, and it sounds good. Again, same with like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here, this is a solid piece. I don't like using this because of that bitterness we talked about. It's like the same thing as a germ in the garlic. Not real tasty. It's not for you. So we got that. It's all chopped up. Already prepared for Easter tomorrow. Prepared for the snow if you're in Colorado, and the next 3 or 4 days of nasty stay-in weather, even though we're supposed to stay in all the time anyway. We're pretty excited for that. I know that I'm not at all excited for that. I'm assuming everybody is saying yes, by the way, just saying. Because I can't hear any of you. Ha ha ha. So into the pan I go. A little bit of this spring garlic and these spring onions. I'm not looking to get anything caramelized. I'm just looking to sweat a little bit and add just a little bit of softening, and really more about getting this oil flavored out. I really want the oil to have that nice like garlic onion flavor to them, and then we'll kind of see how it goes from there. All right. Again, everything's starting to smell real good in here, so hopefully you're cooking along at home. And if you're not, well, just imagine how good it smells if you were in my house. I'm gonna go on my Brussels sprouts. And we're probably gonna let these bad boys cook for a majority of the rest of our time here. Picked up one of these. Like I have box graters and I've used microplanes. I picked this up randomly. It has like the little box to catch like stupid gadget, but I love it. Like it makes my cheese grating life so much easier. Also makes my shaving of vegetables so much easier because then they don't go everywhere. So let's grab the root end so that you have something to hold on to. Just gonna make a little shave. And then we're gonna just probably use this to hold everything. So I'll go right in here with a carrot as well. And this one's double-sided, but I kind of want to keep my knuckles together. I can feel it getting close, and my knuckles already bleed because they're so dry from washing my hands constantly. That this like brushing up against hardwood, I just break out, it cracks. So try to not make it a big bloody mess on stream. That should be a good time. About flattening the curve, not making it worse. Let's talk about last week or the week before I'm starting to hear the Brussels sprouts crackle. I just want to give a little stir so that we don't get too much that garlic and the onion. I want to get any burning going on. Mark Lennox in the house. Everybody, this is Mark. Mark, it's everybody. Cool. Get my Brussels shaved down. I'm gonna shave this carrot. I'm not gonna shave the onion because I don't want that texture. I'm just gonna do like the same kind of chop I just did with for the cook. And then I'll just do a little dice on the cucumbers because same reason I don't want that extra water everywhere. So I want to capture the stuff that kind of fell on the outside. So look at the product, see how nice that is. It looks good, right? It looks good. We like that. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right, so Jeff's drinking Block 15, which I'm super jealous about. Jeff, that paella delivery can be made for like a case of Block 15 beers. Um, just saying. What else have we been drinking? Kramer's drinking Verboten, I'm thinking. Guessing Verboten. I'm guessing Verboten. How's that? Making you lean forward. Jeff, you don't need to talk dirty in stream, okay? The chat doesn't need to hear that crap, all right? Oh, nice. A little blind panel with that panel love it. Call sign. Oh, homework ASB. Ooh, can you bring me some on Monday? The downside with any kind of shaving is it's not messy at all. It doesn't go everywhere. Uh, not even a little bit, see? But most of it's in the box. My little apron ring doesn't hold, or towel ring doesn't hold towel good well. I think it's a fatal flaw. But they look really cool, and canvas is borderline impossible to clean, by the way. It's fun fact if you're ever buying funny things to use for your two fat Jilson events. Plug Two Fat Justin's. Thanks if you bought any barbecue from Justin. Awesome. Really appreciate it. We sold out immediately last week. And then also thanks to people who bought paella for me. I've sold 4 apparently already, which is awesome. I don't know who the 4th person is. Whoever signed up second with the crab and the calamari, I don't know who you are, so please email me so I can make your pie for you. Because I feel bad. I'm going to add a little bit of water to the Brussels. Allow them to steam just a little bit. Don't worry, it's gonna work out. Promise. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this onion. Got this. No, I got Victor's. Victor's got his name on it. No, it was Nessa, and it was like somebody else, like immediately. And there we go. And so I just don't know who it was, and I think it's one of Justin Wright's friends who had inquired about a paella, but I don't know. And he's asked her, and he hasn't heard a response. And I just want to make it right, make sure I can get it done for him. So it'd be good. I also have your pork belly is braising right now, Vanessa, for your paella, so it should be really good on Monday. By the way, so we got slaw is essentially where I want it to be. I want to get a little bit of thyme into my Brussels sprouts as well. So when I'm buying thyme, I look kind of for 2 different things. I like a really delicate thyme, so the stems are very delicate and tender, because then I can just chop the whole thing straight. If they're really, really woody and they feel like a tree branch, you're gonna want to pick all those leaves. Just yes, yeah, you got it right. You get that right. Well, when you come visit, or in a year and a half, I'm still making paellas for people, or whatever ended up happening out of this. If I make something happen in San Diego, I'm not in a position where I can mail order paellas, because I think I'll probably be making paella for Jeff pretty much full time, for beer exchange from the Northwest. So I don't think we're quite there yet. Excuse me. So I got everything kind of working. Taste my water. I like the way that tastes. And I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna start working on my ground buffalo. I found ground buffalo today at the store. It was frozen, so I've been trying to get it thawed for most of the day today. Good stuff. So it's kind of broken up. Ground buffalo is great. It's super lean, really lean. That's why I'm gonna add a little bit of egg, and I'm gonna add a lot of stuff to it. I kind of want it fairly dry because of how I'm gonna cook it. Hopefully, we'll see. I have a plan, but we'll kind of figure it out as we go. So I've messed around. I'm gonna grab this egg. I'm gonna do 1 egg. Fun fact: when you're cracking eggs, don't crack eggs on edges, because you could break shell into and break yolk if you're looking to keep your yolk solid for mediums or poached or whatever. So you always want to go with a flat. With this countertop over here, so I can go right into the sink. You don't get to see the magic of my one-handed egg crack. Just trust that I have a really solid one-handed egg crack. Years and years and years of cooking eggs, pretty much all the time for people. Zwarts. Hi, Zwarts. You're not in the room yet, but maybe you're in chat on the YouTube side. I'm gonna go with a spoon to mix this in. I'm gonna do a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And I got some of that togarashi I'm gonna throw in here because I want a little bit of heat, and I like the sesame, and I like the orange that is in here. Has a really nice flavor. So I'm gonna get that going real quick. I'm not gonna throw any bread or any binder in here because I don't want to. But you could throw a little bit of breadcrumbs. You could take a day-old slice of bread and soak it in some milk if you want to go kind of like Italian grandmother meatball style. Sup, Terry? I'm also in the YouTube chat, so you can go from either side. Hi, Sports. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing up. Hi, Nickel and Nick. So I'm mixing. You've missed. I got Brussels sprouts, so I'm gonna roast, like pan roast some Brussels sprouts, and my mess from my slaw. I shaved some carrots and Brussels sprouts, a little chopped onion. I'm gonna make like a little salad with the roasted and the fresh, with some lemon and some olive oil. So I got some spring onion, which is just a onion you would harvest now that's been in the ground for a while. That's like barely formed any bulb, and some spring garlic, which is the same concept, like really young, tender, like a really unique, fun flavor. Generally, just found at the markets or at Whole Foods right now. Not something you can see year round. It's hyper seasonal. Probably pretty soon you should be able to see like ramps and fava beans at the Whole Foods as well, which to me evokes spring. Like I see like asparagus you can get year round now, which I think is crap. But like you can get fava beans, you can get spring onion, spring garlic, or green garlic, I guess as other places will call it. You can get morels are right now in season, which are amazing. And I'm not a big mushroom guy, but morels are just like out of this world awesome. What else is like a super spring? I just think fava beans and fiddlehead ferns, like those two things, like are things you can only get like right now. So I got some of that preserved lemon I have had kind of kicking around that I use for fun stuff. It's going to add like a really fun med flavor to the buffalo, to my little like meat patty things I'm going to go with. So I'm going to chop this up. And I want this to be fairly fine because I don't want to get like big chunks of this. I want to get this like pretty well mixed. And I don't have a food processor that's small enough to process just this much. So no one makes a food processor this small, by the way. It just doesn't happen. All right, so one more run across. And I'm gonna go right into the bowl with this. I got some capers over here. I'm gonna throw in here as well. So the capers, I don't want any of the brine. I just want the capers themselves. Everybody know what capers are? Well, the capers are the berry bud of a caper plant that's been pickled and cured. They're amazing. They're great with smoked salmon and bagels and cream cheese in the morning. They're also fun fried. If you ever see people that do fried capers, like a really cool flavor and texture. I worked at a place where our Caesar we would garnish with crispy fried capers on top of the salad because it's this bright, salty, crunchy, like little burst throughout that kind of rich Caesar with all the cheese and that kind of more heavier dressing that you see in most Caesar salads anymore. It was a really fun kind of way to play with it. Again, I don't want like big chunks of caper. It's more about I want the overall flavor. Can't see the bowl, but it's promised it's right there. Take some of this garlic and throw in there as well because, well, garlic is just amazing. This would really be good and is an easy dish to go. Like we don't necessarily have to do buffalo. Like the rest of the stuff that's coming together. Like I had played around with taking some of the lentils, pureeing them, and then add into the buffalo and do like a half buffalo, half lentil patty, and make it like this like combo burger. But then I had to add some other binding agents to it just to get it to set because the lentils would be a little wet. So like breadcrumbs or gluten-free flour. I just didn't want to go that route because I think it's just an added step for this stream and what we're trying to accomplish. But those are definitely fun options. This would also be really cool with like a welcome to the Zoom 10 minutes left stream. What up now? Man, I'm just making a mess today, guys. What the hell? All right, so got my garlic, got my lemon, Got some togarashi and black pepper, capers in there. I'm going to stir it, add a little bit of salt, and then move the stuff around. We're going to make a little sample. Whenever you're dealing with like a meat, like especially a ground product that you're planning on doing some sort of like balls or patty, like it's always good to take a sample of that, throw that on in a little pan, and cook off a piece and taste it before you try to make the whole batch. Because if you do make the whole batch and it sucks, the whole batch sucks. If you catch it early, then you can make an adjustment like, oh man, I really want more salt, or man, I think one more herb or whatever. Fix that that before it becomes a problem for your whole batch. Things that we do in restaurants and when we do large scale production, because it's like you can't fix waste like that. That I think a lot of home cooks don't think about as much because there's like, oh, it's just a pound, whatever. It really that pound of meat still is a pound of meat you spent money on and you put your time and investment into. So, yeah, why waste it? So, gonna move the fish box spoons. If you follow me on Instagram, you know why that's funny, or at least I know where that's funny. Take my burner, I'm gonna get it on, get it preheating. I'm gonna take my pre-cooked lentils. I'm gonna get them strained so that I can get the hummus going. Off camera here, I have my sink. It's like right here is my sink, so I can go right over here. I'm gonna let those drain for a little bit because I don't want that liquid right now. Because I'm gonna add olive oil, tahini, lemon, garlic, all those fun things to the hummus. So this is starting to come. These are starting to get tender-ish. This is cooking. That's going. Meat's going. Feeling pretty good about everything. Yeah, it's good times. We're all having fun. Who else is cooking? I know Mark's cooking. I think Shauna's cooking in the background. Kramer's gone. Hopefully Kramer's okay. Anybody else trying to cook along, or anybody else thinking about something they're going to make with some of this concept later on, or throw comments in the chat. Either chat. I have both chats open. We're chat friendly here. I'm going to fill my beer up because this guy I know makes a pretty wonderful Kolsch, and I want to drink a little bit because I also have a crowd like this of a double hazy IPL in the fridge. Like, oh, she just dropped something fun. I can't wait to try double hazy New England IPL. Like, I don't even know what that is. Pretty excited for it, though. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be delicious. So, yeah. So next week, we're going to do pho. Hope everybody's excited. I'm going to try and get recipes out for broth, like, going to get recipes for the broth out, like, Monday or Tuesday, the latest, so that if anyone wants to try to make the broth or get going on it, they can. I'm going to make a giant batch of broth probably on Friday because we make pho, like, every week. And if you're going to buy bones, you can't buy just like small amounts. Like I'm going to get like a 4-pound bag of beef bones. And I'm going to get a 4-pound, like another big bag or big eye roast. And we're going to go to town on it. And then we'll talk about the concepts and stream and we'll make pho. Jesus, I have just like all kinds of fancy hops. It's not an IPL at this point, right? It's just got lager yeast. So pho next week can be good times. Pretty excited. It's one of my favorite things to eat. Hope it's gonna be fucking awesome, honestly. So we have Brussels sprouts coming. This pan is getting hot, so I'm gonna go in with my little spoon of meat. Can we see this burner? Yeah, we can. Hear that sizzle? I'm not gonna go in with any. I don't want to add any oil because I don't care at this point. I'm just looking to get just cook it through, just so I can taste it and kind of get an idea if the balance is right. I need mainly for salt. At this point, I feel comfortable with what I've added to it. I just want to make sure that I have enough salt in the mix so that I don't have to like add salt to it. I don't like adding extra sodium because it makes me feel a little bloated in the belly. Yeah, you get all kinds of fun, way too personal things in this stream. Hope you guys are enjoying. Any fun Easter plans for tomorrow, everybody? I mean, not like we don't just stay home with our families all the time now. So, and good, not good. We're gonna make it. So I'm doing a Spanish. It's called a tortilla española. So it's a Spanish dish that is like super. It's really easy, super tasty, and it's not a tortilla like a tortilla. You take shaved potatoes, shaved onions, manchego, and you cook them like as a big cast iron omelet. So I'm gonna take a bunch of Yukon potatoes and shave them on mandolins fairly thin. I'm gonna roast them. I'm gonna caramelize a bunch of onions. I'm gonna take eggs, a little bit of water to lighten them up, and then I'm gonna bake it until you have this nice set, almost like a quiche, but it's like this potatoes, onions, a little bit of cheese. And you take slices, and then you serve it with a garlic aioli, which is like mayonnaise, but it's gonna be like heavy on the garlic and the lemon, and then romesco, which is a almond vegetable sauce. So roasted peppers, roasted tomatoes, roasted onions, and I use almonds in the blender to thicken it. So it adds like it's like this really nice texture, and then like a nice bright salad. We got some crab legs. We're gonna do a little steamed crab with some butter. That's gonna be our end. We're gonna play board games probably most of the day because my kid has a million of them, and that's all he wants to do now is play board games all the time. So our water is pretty much come out. It's evaporated. We got some nice, look at that. You see some of these colors are looking really nice and brown, like we like. We're gonna let that kind of caramelize a little bit. Flip my buffalo patty over and finish my cucumbers. I think I need to get another bigger cutting board for these things because it's a little too small at this point. So I got cucumber for my salad. Brussels sprouts are almost done. We'll pull those off, and then we're gonna start making some hummus. It's gonna get a little loud in here. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Happy birthday, Aaron. Happy birthday, sir. Pie is coming tomorrow. How old are you now? Like old? I found that aging out bald people are really difficult. My kid is 12, Valerie, and we play a lot of nice liar. We play a lot of Catan. We have a Star Wars game that's way too complicated and difficult to play that we play once in a while because it's like 2 hours. We have this game called Wingspan. Huge fan of. It's all about birds. Really, really recommend it. Pretty cool. We have Forbidden Island, and we're borrowing from Mr. Aaron here, Forbidden Desert. Really cool games, kind of team building and team aspect games. We have this game called Unearth, which is pretty fun. And then like Uno, Phase 10, Sequence, like those are all, I think, games that we kind of go to because they're fun. I don't know. I just like kind of something a little different. I have strainer. All right, so I'm gonna take one of these fresh lemons with the like non-Meyer variety, and I'm gonna turn my burner off because I like where I'm at with my Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna go right in with some lemon juice now, because I want it to kind of cook and get really like the same kind of concept when you make a potato salad. You get the potatoes that come out after they're cooked, and you add their vinegar right away. Helps soak in that flavor throughout the whole thing. This will be absorbed and evaporate, and this add a really nice kind of like roasted lemon flavor, which is again big fan of weird citruses. Oh yeah, I mean, dude, this cast iron has seen a lot of work and a lot of time, and I re-season it like every week. It feels like we only use the cast iron to cook most of our stuff in. So, and yes, I know iron, blah. All right, so I don't have another bowl. I grab a bowl. Grabbing a bowl as if from nowhere, magic, y'all. All right, Zoom. I'm gonna restart. So I hope you're in chat. I'm starting up again. Same stream deal. Thanks a lot for patience. This is a brave new world of streaming and zooming, y'all. That's fine. I don't want video. You're cool, y'all. Oh, I hate everything. All right. I might have to just go with upgraded zoom because reasons. There we go. And then admit Kramer. Hopefully everyone was involved in last night's awesome happy hour where we had to do this pretty much every 40 minutes. We did it 3 times before I got off because I drank way too much alcohol last night. It was good times. Those who are on the stream probably know, and had a good laugh at my expense when I got off. At least I hope you all did. I was not laughing this morning when I woke up. Ooh, I gotta remute everybody. Oh, thank you. Casa Nobla. Ooh, that sounds awesome. That sounds really awesome. By the way, Terry, good tequila, good stuff. I'm a reposado guy. I like that mid tier of age. Silver is only good if you're like wanting to shoot all the time. You went to house party? Fun. How was that 2014 Ivan the Terrible? Sai, was it pretty good? All right. Slaw or salad, awesomeness. Smells like super fresh and ooh, this is gonna be some good times. Pretty excited for everything. All right, so I'm gonna add a little salt now because I have not salted my raw vegetables. And we're gonna taste our patty. Look at that color. Look good, right? If anything, I'm borderline too salty, but it may have not mixed it real well. We'll see. Oh, the lemon is such a. Ooh, that lemon is super nice. Big fan of that. That's really good. Yeah. So, give me good stuff, guys. And that's why we taste things first, because the capers add salt, and then I added salt, and lemon, preserved lemon, which is also salt. So, thinking. Salt just makes you want to drink more beer anyway. It's fine. It's totally fine. This is olive oil, everybody. Just so you know, this is olive oil. I have like 8 quarts of olive oil in my outside fridge, which is basically frozen. I had to pull it out so I can get some olive oil for my salad. Want a little dress, a little fat to help it taste wonderful. That was warmed up enough that I feel pretty good about putting that there. All right, so salad, feeling good about. Fish box. Yeah, really happy with that. That's super tasty. All right. So first, I'm gonna make some hummus, and then we're going to make some meatballs, and then I think we'll be getting there. Ooh, dinner went down at 10:30. Ouch. Irish whiskey sounds awesome. By the way, so I'm gonna grab my blender. I've been blessed that I own a VitaPrep. If you're ever looking for a blender to complete your life, I can't recommend the VitaPrep, Vitamix, whatever enough. It's one of the best things I've ever purchased. It purees everything perfectly. That is my plug for VitaPrep. I'm not sponsored by them. I just love them. So I'm taking my lentils. I'm going to do this in batches because I have a lot of lentils. Cooking lentils. If you're going to cook lentils, just to have lentils. Nice. As a non-mushy text. I cook mine like to the point where they're mush now because I want to make a puree out of them. I cooked them till they're like probably 2/3 of the way cooked when I'm going to use them in a dish because you could also do like whole lentils with this as well, which would be really fun. Beely daw. Oh, nice. That sounds awesome. Sounds really awesome. And then like take this salad mix, saute it, add your almost cooked lentils to it, a little bit of that awesome homemade chicken stock or whatever of your favorite flavored water is to it, and finish with like a little bit of butter or olive oil, fresh parsley, fresh dill would be dope in this as well with your big patties of buffalo. That's some good shit right there, y'all. But I wanted to kind of go in a different way because Wanted to kind of go outside the box a little bit. And I've been kind of digging on hummus, and I think a cold dish at work would be really nice since I get kind of lonely at work when I'm the only person there. Kramer knows. I talk to him too much when he comes in. It's super weird. He tolerates me, though. There, he's laughing now. I love watching the ketchup. It's good times. So I'm going to go in with some lemon. I got all these Myers that I zested because I have a beer fermenting upstairs that's a Saison-ish kind of thing. And, sorry. I'm going to go in with a bunch of mild lemon zest. I have 2 ounces of Hallertau Black I'm going to throw in there, dry hop. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of boiled thyme to kind of kill all the crap that grows in thyme. And do like this really cool like thyme lemon Belgian thing. So I zested all my Myers, so I just want to juice them now. Because I think Meyer lemon juice is one of the best things ever. Oh, nice. West Benedictine is also quite tasty. I've had that beer side. It's wonderful. Trash. So, got my lemon juice. I have a cut on my hand because I felt that. That hurt a lot. And garlic. Lid. Trying to go too loud so everybody can hear everything. So, got a nice puree coming along. I'm going to add the tahini while it's moving to get a little like help with the emulsification. Fun fact: if you're making hummus with chickpeas, go in with your chickpeas and some juice. Well, first chop your garlic because your food processor blender's never going to chop your garlic real well. And then you go with your chickpeas that have been drained. Reserve some of that chickpea liquid because you want that liquid. It's going to help with your texture of your hummus. You want it helps break down. It has a lot of protein in it. It's got some starchy water. Trust me, it's the magic when I make my hummuses. So got some tahini. Watch the fun squirt. Hopefully it's not gonna. Yeah, look at that. It's a little tahini. It sounded real loud. You like that? Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Fun. That just came off really easily. All right. See, that's looking good, right? We're pretty. See that? Oh, yeah. Thanks. See, smart people in the chat are helping a brother out here. I want to taste and see what this tastes like. I keep throwing away my tasting spoons because I'm at home. I can use the same one over again. No one else is eating this food but me. Good lemon. The tahini is real nice. Full salt. I'm gonna add just a touch of water to it. When you're doing a puree like this, you want to puree. It's better to puree while your product is hot as opposed to cold. It'll move easier. It purees smoother, quicker, and it's less work on the motor of your blender, food processor, or whatever. So we're gonna do a puree, like you've already made or cooked the item, and it's chilled because you did it before, whatever. I recommend warming up enough that it will spin. Your blender overheating will thank you. Promise. Now, I'm just going to go a little bit of olive oil. I have to make that really quick because it's really loud. All right, so here's our texture. Pretty happy with how that looks like. It's not as smooth as like a paste, but it has it's really nice soft. It's got a nice light color. Brown lentils are ugly by nature, I promise. I wanted to get black. There are just nothing exists out there right now. It's a wasteland of food. That's also quite tasty. I'm gonna put that back on the blender for now because it's all gonna come together, I promise. So I'm gonna go with my restaurant quality black steel pan. A lot of higher end restaurants will use these. It's like a cast iron, but it's not a cast iron. It's a black steel pan. These are super heavy. This weighs about 4.5, 5 pounds. Heavy bottom pots hold and transfer heat better. They maintain heat. They just don't go for cheap. Spend the money on good pans. We'll let this go when we're gonna cook meatballs, and we're gonna kind of bring the dish together because it's getting to be that time. And the Kolsch is quite good. Just gonna say it again. Kudos, Si. Oh, another good beer I'm having right now. I got the New Horse and Dragon lager, like their light American light lager, and that is like a really kind of like citrus hop crushable like Coors Light in a good way. Like that's the beer you want to drink like on the trail, like definitely like a hot day trail beer. So I really want the hot weather to come back so I can just drink a lot of it. Because when it's cold out, it's not nearly as good. So we got pan's getting hot. I'm gonna get a piece of foil out. Why is it that homemade foil just comes out of the box like that when you get to a certain point of the roll? It just pops out. It doesn't want to stay anymore. It's like, yeah, screw you, guys. I want to come out of the box and be in the way because that's what we're gonna do. Get some of this crap out of the way. Luckily, you can't see most of my mess. Pretty excited about it. And we're gonna make some meatballs or some meat tornadoes. Want the foil because I don't have a lot of space to work with, so I'm just gonna take my hands. You can also use a spoon, or if you have an ice cream scoop, works really well. I'm gonna let it work just a little bit because the working will help it stick together a bit better. And then I'm gonna go into like almost like a little football shapes. Tornadoes. If you ever went to culinary school, you know what I'm talking about. You spend like 3 weeks trying to make them with a paring knife, and you don't know why you're doing it because you've never made one since in any restaurant you've ever worked at. Promise. Never have I made them in restaurants. So I'm going to probably batch cook these because I don't have the pan size. Or I'll just go to a couple, we'll plate it, and I'll cook the rest off stream because I can. This pan's getting up there. I'm going to cook these in a little bit of oil this time because I'm looking for a certain kind of texture, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Super easy lunch. Like you can also throw like a little bit of arugula in this. I think arugula is probably overused at this point by a lot of people because like it's a crutch for a lot of restaurants for salad and for a lot of other stuff. It adds the spice, and I don't know. I think arugula is really fun, but I think there's a lot of other really fun greens out there that don't their due because arugula is kind of like has the market cornered, if you will. So we're getting this up to temp a little bit. It's getting there. A little bit of my last of my avocado oil. Really, this is $8 at Sam's. This is a liter. Really, its smoke point's like 450 degrees, so it's really good for frying or high temp cooking. Heart healthy fats, also quite good. Just throwing out there for fun cooking things for those of you who are looking for that in your lives. So I'm looking at this. We'll have to deal with it. I have a door open. We're good. So letting this come up to temp. Drinking more beer. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I haven't been told I need to plug more. It just is good for getting some exposure to the channel. I don't envision I'm ever going to have 1,000 subs to make this like a big thing, but it just helps me promote it more, I guess, to everybody. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. Also, you should like and subscribe Rome Bearded's YouTube channel. It's quite good. If you're on the Zoom call, he does really cool like outdoor camping on his pickup. It's very cool. His pickup is badass. My pickup is like the little brother to his pickup. It's fun. And then Lisa Boson, if you're in chat, I can't tell anymore. She has a great channel on her Facebook page. She does live videos and stuff. A lot of plant-based cooking, a lot of dancing, a lot of classic ballroom dancing. Really cool. Her and Mike dancing is always a fun watch. I would love to be at a point where I could start taking ballroom dancing lessons someday when we are out of this little shit we're in. Just some cool people to share the love with. If you're on the Facebook group, please use it as a space for community and to grow ideas and thoughts and questions. Like, I'm not looking to be an end-all resource, but everyone else has their own accumulated knowledge. Just utilize that and kind of learn new things. I can smell my oil, so I'm gonna go in with my meatball, literally meatballs, like so. I'm gonna go down to a 4 on my crappy electric burner. So I want them to cook, but I want them to cook through. I'm not going to put these in the oven or anything. And then I'm going to kind of clean up over here a little bit. I'm going to grab a plate and we'll do a little Play-Doh. And then we'll be done. Yes, also check out Vanessa, Valerie. She's also in the chat. I've been seeing her stuff fall on my Facebook page. It's pretty awesome. All right. This is one of my favorite grandma plates. It's a lot of fun. And then you're going to see why I have a whole box full of spoons in my fish box. So next week is spa. Would anybody want to do a paella stream? Like in a couple weeks, we want to do paella. Would that be fun? People will be down to see how I do the magic of the paella. Throw in the fun sides and sauces and dishes for steak. The gentleman who added steak to all of the questionnaires for this week, because he requested that. I've been thinking about paella could be good. Also, like doing like a fresh oyster stream could be fun. Getting some fresh oysters, doing some shucking, working on some grilled oysters. We'll take the stream outside. We'll do some Rockefeller fresh, make some meal net, or just talk about oysters and how awesome they are. I also kind of want to do something like Creole. Like, if you know me at all, I'm a big fan of all things New Orleans jazz. I love the food, the culture, the people. When Nicole and I were there last summer, we got matching wedding rings that have the fleur-de-lis on them. Like, this is like, I love everything. I want to do like a red beans and rice show or a gumbo show, because I love that kind of food. It's a ton of fun. I told the ramen mama guy, John, that I won't do a dedicated ramen show because I don't want to step on his turf. So if you're looking for me for that kind of that ramen show, you gotta go somewhere else. I can't step on his toes. Etouffee, hell yeah, I can do etouffee. Hell yeah, I can do etouffee. If I can get the Baxters on, Jen and Mike, they have a lot of Creole in their lives, and they speak highly and they know the language really well. That could be fun. I keep inviting them to come to these things. They just don't come. We can do homemade pasta for sure. Homemade pasta is super easy. Justin and I went and taught homemade pasta to a bunch of soccer moms in Severance like a month ago. It's crazy. It was very crazy. Real talk. I don't think I ever need to do it again. I'm actually not going to use this plate because I'm thinking about my colors and I don't like the puree on this plate. So I'm going to go with my fun old sign plate. When you work in restaurants that are eclectic, you find the need to collect weird shit. I do spoons, and I do plates. Fun spoon. This is my favorite spoon. This is pure silver. I've had this thing forever, and it's has this really cool cup in it that it makes. It's called a quenelle. So a quenelle is like that little, just like whipped cream purees. If you like foie gras terrine at all, like you'd use this. Like it's the perfect size to do like a one-handed, because usually you have to do 2 spoons and fold it. I know in technical terms, but man, I love this spoon. All right, so meatballs are cooking. Smells good. Thanks for sticking. I know we're running a little longer than I normally like to go, just because I think more than an hour is hard to listen to me talk that long. And also, I have a wife and kid upstairs waiting for me to be done, so I try to limit to an hour so that they don't just locked away. Plus side, we didn't lose we didn't lose the stream this week. We didn't lose bandwidth. It didn't drop. It's a win, right? All right, so I'll set the plate. I got my puree. Offset spatulas are also really cool. So I'm going off center. I don't know if you, a little bit. And then I'm going to take some of this salad. This is not how I'm planning on eating my dish at work this week. I'm probably going to eat out of some plastic deli containers, because who are we kidding? I'm just going to eat in my office with my mask off, because it's the first time I'll take my mask off the entire day. When I get a stream, I do dishes, and then I sweep them off the kitchen because of the mess I make generally. It's a lot of fun. All right. So we got a nice little plate coming in right here. We like the way that looks. You can generally tell they're done just by touching. Like, the springier and softer they are, the less done they are. You want a firm, you want them to firm, no bounce. It looks freaking good. Hey, that's all I got. I should be going like a hotter pan to get a little more crisp on them, but I'm not. It's gonna smell and be loud. It's gonna fan on. It's not worth it. I gotta work on a better stream room for this. If anybody wants to buy me a house, I'm all about it. So I'm gonna do a meatball right here, like so. I'm gonna do a meatball right here, like so. And like a little bit. Ooh, that's the one. Microflame. We talked about these. They're awesome. Lemon. A little lemon zest to finish the dish. And we have ourselves lentil hummus with a raw roasted Brussels sprout salad and buffalo Mediterranean influenced buffalo meatballs. That's the dish. If you want a recipe, let me know, and I'll try and get something put together on the Facebook page. Hey, I'm back. See, there's my face. I'm bold. It's super tasty. I hope you guys want to make it. If you are like, if you make it or you do your own thing, please post pictures on the Facebook page. I want to see them. I love seeing them. Seeing you guys' attempts at the curry and successes with the curry this week were awesome. Really warmed my heart. And I really appreciate it. So, again, thanks y'all for coming. I really appreciated you taking time out of your Saturday night to watch me cook and talk a lot. And I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And Friday nights we do the hangout, 8 o'clock until somebody tells me a different time on Zoom. And we drink. Hopefully I won't drink too much. I have to go pass out. It'll be good times. And yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to end up right now. I'll keep the Zoom open for anybody for a little bit more, but I got to kind of clean up and get going to the next thing. So thanks, guys. Have a great week and happy Easter, y'all. at some point in the stream.